Hello everyone and welcome back to Era Military Collectibles. So today's video is quite a special little video. We're going to be looking at a war medal, and it's a British Army war medal. It's the British War Medal from 1914 to 1920, the First World War medal, and it's this little medal here. The thing that I'm after finding fascinating about medals is each little medal has its individual little story, and they're the men that were issued them. Now this one has a fascinating story. So rewind back a small bit. How did I come in to own the medal? My friend Danny Reese got me involved in medal collecting. He actually gifted me a medal, something similar to an Irishman. It was a British War medal as well, and my love started from there. So I went digging on eBay, and what I found was this. This medal is issued to a lad by the name of Thomas McCabe. Thomas McCabe came from Clonmel. He's also entitled to the Victory Medal, but I don't have the Victory Medal. I'd love to get his Victory Medal. Now I can see by his little notes that came with the medal that he served in the Royal Irish Regiment, and he was also in the Labour Corps. And I have his service number for both sections, or both regiments. So myself and Danny, we went doing some exploratory work, and I'm just going to put in a little clip it right here of a very, very famous incident that we believe that this chap was involved in. You can see from that little movie clip, Michael Collins, starring Liam Neeson. There are other war movies out there, but that's a very, very good movie in relation to the 1916 Rising. Now, it's not all true. Later on in that movie clip you will see them being taken out of the GPO. They did not actually retreat from the GPO, and they were not in the GPO when they were captured. They had actually retreated to an area of Dublin called Moore Street, and that is actually very, very quite significant when it comes to this medal. So, where did we start? So, we literally went digging through McCabe's records, and we came up with 32 separate documents relating to this man with this service number. So, to cut a long story short, McCabe joined the army in 1915 and was stationed in a place Clonmel in County Tipperary, which was the main depot for the Royal Irish Regiment at that stage. McCabe, being from Clonmel, was stationed in that home barracks. So this is what my initial interest in purchasing the medal was. I was stationed in that barracks when I was in the military. So we did a bit more digging. McCabe, just prior to Easter, was moved to Dublin. When he went to Dublin, he was assigned to the 2nd Garrison Battalion of the Royal Irish Regiment. If any of you know anything about history and military structures and stuff like that, a garrison regiment is a very, very, very small, it says regiment but it's not. It pretty much marches on paper. And if there's 100 people in that battalion, it's a really big battalion. So we sort of lost track of what McCabe did in that time frame, but we have other documents that we could go off. So Danny went on to the British Commonwealth War Graves Commission website, and he found out that a guy from McCabe's battalion was killed on Moore Street. So that puts that battalion in the Battle of Moore Street. So we're talking about a very, very small regiment, as we said, very, very small battalion. So that puts McCabe's comrades in Moore Street, guys from his same battalion. Later on we have another document from a sergeant who was writing to his cousin, he's writing to his sister in relation to getting a jacket for his cousin who was an IRA prisoner that was after being taken out of the GPO. Right? So here now we have two pieces of evidence, and the significant piece of evidence is the other guy. So this is a sergeant who was in the same company and same battalion as McCabe, who was writing to his cousin, or writing to his sister, to get a jacket for him to give to a prisoner, an IRA prisoner being taken out of the GPO. So, can I say 100% that McCabe was in the 1916 Rising? No, I cannot. I don't have physical letter of proof. But when you put all of the evidence together and all of the pieces of the puzzle together, he was moved to Dublin prior to the 1916 Rising. The 1916 Rising took everybody by surprise in Ireland. The British forces mobilised everybody that was in barracks. So McCabe would not have been left in a barracks. He would have been mobilised and sent out onto the streets of Dublin. What his participation in 1916 is, I don't know, but we know men of his battalion were in around some of the biggest, heaviest fighting, Moore Street and the GPO. So that puts McCabe, his battalion, in that area of the GPO and Moore Street, by the sergeant looking for the jacket and by the other guy being killed on Moore Street. Now that sergeant, funnily enough, was Irish also, and as we said, he was writing to his sister looking for a jacket for his cousin who was an IRA prisoner. But as I said, everybody was mobilised, so this chap would not have been left in the barracks. We have that evidence by his colleague who was after being killed on Moore Street, and we have that evidence by the sergeant who was looking for the jacket from his sister for his cousin. So when you put all those pieces of information together and those pieces of evidence, there is a very, very high possibility, 99% possibility, that the medal that I am holding was given to an Irishman that participated one way or another in 1916. Now, this medal is probably worth, on the collector's market, maybe with all that history, I don't know, you're pushing 500 or 600 euros to an Irish collector. But in my eyes, it's priceless. Even though I don't have that initial collection or that initial evidence to say he was definitely there, I would be very, 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 very positive that he was involved in that rising. So that's it. That is my little piece of history for Easter Monday for the 1916 Rising, where you had nearly the start of a civil war. You had Irishmen fighting other Irishmen and taking other Irishmen prisoner. It's an interesting little piece of history when you look at it that way, and it's an interesting little anecdote. So, there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. And to McCabe, wherever he is, I hope he enjoys the video. Thank you very much. And if you want to get in contact with the channel, as always, there is an email at the top of the video description. Thank you.